Hey guys, Zach's having a day off today, so thank you for having me. My name's Mark. I'm an instructor here at Northwest Rafting and the Gear Garage, and a good friend of Zach's. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about progress capture or Prusiks. I travel around the world a lot. I see a lot of guides, a lot of boaters. They carry kit on them, rescue kit, and they don't necessarily have the best background information or know exactly what they're doing. So what I want to do today is just give you a couple of top tips and handy hints on using Prusiks. Prusiks are commonly known for progress capture. So let's imagine we've got a boat stuck and you want to put a little bit of extra rope, a little bit of extra tension on your line. You're going to tie a Prusik and make a mechanical advantage system, or a Z-drag as we know it. I want to talk about just a few Prusiks I've got here. Something I'm seeing nowadays is people want to save weight, save equipment and have kit, and they're using these mechanical progress capture devices such as a T-block. These are a toothed product, so the idea is that you're going to put these onto a rope and put pressure on, and the teeth bite into the rope. And for that, these are really only designed for static climbing ropes or dynamic climbing ropes. They are not designed for our traditional polypropylene based throw bags. Polypropylene is a material that goes into throw bags. It's a great material, it helps the rope float, but unfortunately the moment those teeth dig into the polypropylene, they're going to destroy the fibers of your bag and potentially strip your bag down. So if you are going to use a T-block, use it on a climbing rope that has a different outer core. Also, when we tie our Prusiks, it's worth remembering that the Prusik is the fuse in your system. So if you've got a ton of tension on your system and your Prusik starts to slip, it normally means that you're starting to overload your system, and therefore something's going to pop. So if you've got a lot of tension in your system and your system's going to break, your Prusik's going to start slipping first. Here I've got a selection of different Prusiks. As kayakers and rafters, we're using around a 6 to 7 mil Prusik. When you do get a Prusik, or you are buying a Prusik cord, the best way to see if it's going to grip onto your ropes that you use is to do a simple pinch test. And the simple pinch test, you just take a bite of your Prusik, and the hole that is inside here should be no thicker than the diameter of your rope. The thicker the rope, the bigger the hole will be. You can use a traditional tied off Prusik with double fisherman's. This is on a sterling 6mm rope, really good, best rope for Prusiks. And yeah, this works, this is great. The problem you do have is you get like this huge big fisherman's knot inside your PFD, which some people find uncomfortable. Or you can use these sewn Prusiks that have been tested and are generally a little bit stronger than these Prusiks. So sewn, so here we have the Sterling hollow block, and here we have the Sterling auto block. These are my go-to Prusiks. These are what I use most. When I tie a Prusik, all I do, I'm going to put it over the rope, and I'm just going to make 3 turns, just like so. Whenever we tie a Prusik, we always want it to be nice and dressed so that none of the turns cross over each other. The way the Prusik's going to work now, I'm going to slide the Prusik with 2 fingers, and if I pull on here, that's going to bite and grip onto the rope. We like our equipment to be as multifunctional as possible on the river. Something you can do is you can use a Prusik and attach it to a paddle and use it as a tool to elevate a line above the river, or sink a line underneath the river to retrieve something that's snagged on the riverbed. All I'm going to do is take my Prusik, take it around my paddle, it can be a raft paddle or a kayak, and make a girth hitch just like so. I'm then going to clip a carabiner into my Prusik, and from there I can take my throw rope, clip my rope through there. I can then use that to elevate a rope across the river. Or if I want to get my line underneath the river to snag something on the riverbed, I can flip my paddle upside down and snag it like so. So a Prusik can be used for quite a few things in a river environment if you're just prepared to put a little thought in. 3. How to tie a Prusik into a pulley system to create a braking system as part of our mechanical advantage system. When we tie a Prusik, ideally you want your rope to be under a little bit of tension first. So I just simply pull a bite of rope through there, tighten that off, Now I've got a nice tight rope to tie my Prusik onto. I'm going to tie a triple wrap Prusik. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to slide that back, clip that into my carabiner like so. Now I can pull my bite out, and I can tension my rope by the pulling. If I want to lose the tension, I can push it back. What I've also done here is I have the Prusik on first, which means if anything happens to my system, that the Prusik becomes loaded with tension, it's on the major axis of the carabiner, keeping the strongest part of the carabiner to see the load. To add a pulley into my system, I just simply take a pulley now, put it into my system like so, and clip it in. When you have a Prusik for boating or a rafting environment, it's always good to have roughly around a 13.5 inch loop in your Prusik. Anything longer, as you pull, you're going to pull and you're going to lose progress capture. If you've got a short Prusik, it's going to mind the rope a lot better. So as I pull on this system now, the corner of the Prusik is going to catch on the corner of the pulley, allow the red rope to travel through. That's why we call it a Prusik minding pulley. And then if I want to reset, I can either let go, or I just simply push with 2 fingers, and now the tension has come off the red rope and it's been transferred onto the Prusik. Okay, thank you for watching. In summary, have a look at the equipment that you carry on the river. Is it the right Prusik for the rope that you're carrying? Is your Prusik the right length? Is your rope the right thickness? But most of all, practice, practice, practice. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.